right, here we go. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we were talking about how you're the first guest that I haven't like officially met in person.
This is a first date.
It's a first date. So yeah, hopefully we like each other. But I technically have known you for a long time.
Correct.
So do you want to share how we technically know each other that we discovered way after the fact?
I think the only way to describe it is I quite eloquently let you in my back door.
I love her already.
No, you
But literally.
posted in a mom's forum. You were like, I need a stroller bag. Like Amazon time is not a thing. Where can I buy them in store? And of course, every mom always comes, sorry, moms, with the worst advice. Like everybody was commenting Amazon. I'm like, she clearly said she does not have time.
I hate that. Even if you're so like the disclaimer is so long, they don't give a fuck. They just say whatever.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I have a bag currently at work, but I have a remote garage door.
You're so trusting. I could have been a serial killer.
Well, luckily the two car is detached. So like you couldn't break into the house.
Oh, so you really didn't hear this whole time I've been thinking that you like trusted me so much. And I couldn't even get into your house if I wanted to.
You could
That's
not.
disappointing.
I'm sorry. It's completely detached. The only thing of value in there, and that is only to my husband, is like his stockpile of high school yearbooks.
Oh my god.
That he has yet to put away with. But no, we did a little secret co-op. Like I gave you the information. I said, when you get there, I'm going to pop the door.
I remember thinking how cool that was because I'm so behind on that stuff. I'm like, you can do that.
Yes.
You can do that with your garage now. And I pulled up to your house feeling like a thief. And like just like, I hope this is the house. And like sneaking around waiting for you to remotely open it. It was hilarious.
For the record, you are phenomenal with directions because I was very specific. I was like, you're going to go through the door and you're going to find the black suitcase with the red handle, and inside
Sounds like a drug deal.
Like Russian nesting dolls. There's 3 suitcases in there. You're going to want to get to the very center. And there is a bright red stroller bag.
I love how as moms we know those things.
Correct.
Like, where is the stroller bag? It's in the 4th suitcase to the left by the stack of yearbooks.
I mean, all I could think was, I understand. Traveling without a stroller bag is just like, great.
No.
Goodbye, stroller.
Well, you don't realize how much they fuck your shit up.
So
you
bad.
have to go and like, you don't believe it. And you're like, oh, I'll just take it. And then you take it and you regret it. And you're like, I'm definitely traveling with a bag.
Right.
And all the things. And now we have like the shit stroller that can just get thrown around versus like taking the nice, it's like you learn your lessons. But anyways, so she found out, she realized after the fact, 3 years?
Yeah.
3 or 4 years later, she's like, you came into my garage that one time. I was like, what?
You.
That was you? It was fate. It was meant to be. So I love it. So glad that you're here. And the little that I know about you, I mean, you've blown up on TikTok.
I have.
And that is what you are doing full time, which I think is so cool. And me, along with so many other people, because I always get like, I need TikTok tips. I'm like, I'm the last person to ask. So I'm so excited to dive into how you got into it, first of all. Like, what was the aha moment of, I can do this, like, for real? And then also, how the fuck to do TikTok. So that we have a lot to cover because I don't know.
A lot to cover.
Yes. Okay. So tell me your background a little bit.
Okay. So I come from property management. That's where I was.
Big pivot.
Big pivot. Let's just go right to TikTok.
Okay.
Because I think it's funny when somebody says they do social media for a living, TikTok's like the last thing they think about. They're like, okay, well, that means you're on Facebook or you're on Instagram, you're on the Meta, no. Nobody's on TikTok, but everybody's on TikTok, and it's so hard to explain.
Yeah, that's true.
TikTok started when it was Musical.ly, and it was the most organic way for me to get on. I had teenage stepchildren that wanted to be on this app and a husband who was very unfamiliar with it. So I was like, I'm going to download it. I'll download it.
Wait, what was it?
It was Musical.ly. That was TikTok first.
What? I'm mind blown. What?
It started out as Musical.ly, which was just essentially like a lip syncing app. That's what it was.
Oh, was this pre-COVID?
Way before, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Because I just know it from like COVID and everyone was dancing on it, and I was like, I guess I should try it.
Right. And that's kind of when it blew up.
Okay.
But the app itself.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't doing much. I didn't post anything, but that's how it got on my phone. Like that's the the origin story was
Okay.
his kids were on there and nobody was really watching them. Like
Yeah.
any social media app. So I was like, I'll do it. I'll download it. I don't mind. And it was a cool app. There was a little bit like of a risque to it in the sense of like, you could reach quite a bit of people in a short time
Yeah.
in video format. And at that time it was Vine.
I remember Vine. I wonder why that died so quickly.
Long form video. Everything's
It was
changing.
because it was like 6 seconds, right? You could only,
Correct.
okay. Yeah. So then it's
Yeah.
like, well, we can't, there's only so much you can do.
But the posting of TikTok, I don't want to say mistake because I'm going to sound judgy,
Uh-oh.
but my initial mistake was leading with my very attractive baby at the time.
I need details on that.
My child's beautiful.
Okay.
I don't mind saying that.
I love that.
And I saw that everybody's saying, and I was like, I want to make a couple cute videos of my kid. And that's how I started posting, almost not like mommy vlogging, but just quick little videos of my son.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very short time where I started to realize the saves on my videos. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're like, this is not, that's creepy.
It's so
That's
creepy.
scary. Like, why would you save?
I don't think that there's enough people that were just looking for daily serotonin. I'm not that naive. Like, it wasn't just people like sending it to their aunties and things like, this is so cute.
Yeah.
So as soon as that came to fruition, and I wish it was the same for a lot of mommy vloggers, but it's not. I saw that and I was like, deleted my whole account. I didn't even want myself on it.
Yeah.
And
Because when you see that side of it and you're like, I'm not gonna be ignorant. Like I know what's really,
the risk isn't worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, at that time I was just posting for fun. Like nothing was monetized and it was still giving me ick. Just ick.
Yeah. I think it's so funny how they're so great at monitoring. Like there was one time that I talked shit about Instagram on Instagram and I was like suspended for a day.
Stop.
But then like I get a sugar daddy message every other week. Like, hey baby, like I pay your bills, just, and I'm like, how is that? How do
It's
they allow
not.
that? Like they're watching everything. If they're watching everything, why can't they monitor it better?
Well, because views.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Instagram is everybody's starting ground for advertising their OnlyFans. I mean, you can get pretty cheeky on Instagram.
That is true. So you were like, okay, this is obviously not what I want to do.
Right.
So you deleted your account, and then how did you end up getting back into TikTok?
I decided to make it a faceless account, and I've always been kind of a thrifty gal, and I was deep into the couponing culture.
Okay.
So I made it shopping, and it was great because I could POV without having me on it,
Or
without
your
having
kids.
my family be a part of it, and also like didn't have that parasocial relationship with the people following me. Like I just provided something.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care who I was, where I lived, what I like. They just liked that I kept providing them this useful information for shopping.
So less pressure too on you.
It is, but
Yeah.
it was a nice place to be because I felt like the risk was less. Like being in the social media world does not come without risk, some sort of risk. And I felt like I was able to minimize it that way and still profit off of it,
Yeah.
which is hard to do because you're kind of pimping yourself out on social media.
Basically.
We're all just pimps
We're really
and
all
hoes.
just pimps and hoes here.
Yeah, it's the truth. And I just wanted to be a little more, of a pimp than a hoe.
I love you so much. Okay, so when was this that you started doing this? At what point? Was this still...
We're probably like a year after COVID where I took it seriously. And seriously meaning like I was posting 3 to 5 videos daily.
Okay. Oh my God.
It's a lot.
Fuck, that's so much work.
So much work.
I don't know if I could do that.
Someone like yourself can appreciate it. Like,
Yes.
it's 5 30-second videos, but for shopping, it was like I had to
You have to go.
to the stores. I have to source it. I have to edit it. I have to voice over it
Oh my God.
and find
You have
more.
a good voice.
Thank you.
You have a good... I was watching your videos before this. And I was like, she has a good voice for a good voiceover. I like it.
The overseas companies appreciate it. I have a lot of Asia steal my videos because they have these products, but like I feel like, and I've had sellers tell me before that their videos don't do as well because people get a little what's a politically correct word to say?
Uh-oh.
They just don't like the accents. Like it strays them away from the product, but a basic white girl voice is over it, and it's safe and it's okay to click. So yeah, they appreciate my voice too.
Love it. Okay, so then you started doing the 3 to 5 videos a day, and you took it seriously.
Yeah.
And at what point did you start to say this could be like my thing?
The emails and DMs. It was companies reaching out saying like, we want to send you this and pay you this, and we want to collab. So
you didn't even reach out for deals.
No.
So what did you do if someone's starting out and they're like, I want to do something like her? Did you just tag all of the products? Like, how did you share it where you think they were able to access you and reach out and say, hey, we want to partner with you?
Hashtags and tagging. It's a complete fake it till you make it. Because when you're looking at somebody's stories and, you know, they're posting a product and they tag the company, you don't know if it's them hoping to reach out to the company or them flexing that they got this for free from the company. Yeah. You just don't know. So in the early stages, it was just like, all right, I'm already using this. Photo tag the company. They start sharing your stories, and then you're kind of on their radar, so to speak. But the easier transition was the fact that I was in big brand stores. I started out with Walmart, Target, Five Below, and Dollar Tree. That was my rotation. Okay. And I would tag them in every single video. So when companies would have a new product roll out and say Walmart, they would search hashtag Walmart, and my videos would just start popping up. And it's like, okay, well, people are already following her for Walmart content. This just seems like an organic choice for her to say, hey, guess what's available at Walmart?
So who was the first to reach out to you?
That wasn't like, an Amazon product, like a big company.
Like, who was the first bigger company to reach out?
Microsoft.
Plot twist.
Microsoft.
What?
Yes.
How did that happen?
It was around Christmas, and they had just come out with a shopping browser, Microsoft Edge.
Okay.
Correct. And they said, you know, I'm shopping content. They thought that it was like an organic transition, and they wanted me to show it. And I initially was like, this has nothing to do outside of the shopping with my brand.
Yeah.
I shot them a number that I thought would just get them to go away.
Okay.
And they paid me that number. Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you like shit your pants? Like when you realized this is happening?
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel?
I mean, the number was great to see, but and I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it was more like a fuck. Like, I didn't want to do it because I couldn't think of like a natural way to move this into my already existing content. Yeah. So it became kind of a creative mind fuck. I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to like, because you want it to perform. They got to pay you no matter what, but you want it to perform for future collaborations. Sure. So it was, I was kind of like, oh, the money's amazing. I got to come up with an idea.
Mm-hmm. And I do want to touch on that because I feel like that's something that I get stressed about, or at least with my personality, is I love to make like fun videos, whatever. But whenever I think, what if I was an influencer? The adding that pressure of it having to be good or having to be funny or having it, like, you know, did that change at all for you? Like, did you have to adjust once it's like your business and this is how you make an income? Was it more stressful for you?
Yes. In the not necessarily like the views. Like, I don't stress how well it performs as far as views, because views and followers, and this is important for anyone wanting to start up, views and followers do not translate as monetization. There are people monetization.
That's one of those words you say one too many times and you're like, it's not even a fucking word.
But it doesn't translate to money. Like, there are people with very small followers and very little views still making money, because it's like any other business. Okay. Just because you have everything in your hands. Like, there's people, I know people with millions of followers. I met one yesterday at pickleball.
I love pickleball. Can we play?
Yes, please. Just not at Bellaterra. We got kicked off the court yesterday.
We can play. Oh, why? What were you doing there?
We were there before noon and we were guests.
That's dumb. We can play here. I have courts here.
Yes, I'm so down. I've got them in my trunk.
Fuck this interview.
This is such an ADHD interview. We're like over here, over there. Hi.
We're playing pickleball.
We'll play
so
pickleball.
That's related. So where even were we?
No, but I met a girl.
Oh, okay.
She's local. She has a great channel. It's like 200,000 followers. And I told her, I wanted to connect, and the girl we were meeting knew that we both did something similar. So we were talking about it. She had not monetized her account, not in one facet. And I'm like, you have 200,000 followers. You should be making money. And some people just don't know. There's a business savvy like anything else. You can be a great hairstylist, manicurist. It doesn't mean you're making the most money you could, because it takes a business savvy.
So what's the first step in doing that?
Making yourself a media kit, knowing your rate, knowing your worth, because you are going to start getting companies, even at a very low following, especially now with like TikTok Shop, where they're just really looking for reviews. Mm-hmm. There's going to be people saying, I want to send you this. I want you to do this. And you need to be quick to say like,
no,
even a 30-second video to me is worth more than a lip gloss. Okay. My time. We are moms.
Yeah.
If I have to stop what I'm doing, put on makeup and get on a video, I am not doing it for a $5 lip gloss. This is my rate. Take it or leave it. And you'd be surprised how many take it.
And a lot of it is just the confidence of it.
It is. It
is truly knowing your worth.
Correct.
So how long were you all in until you started? So at what point did you make it a full time?
This December.
So when did you start?
Probably like 2.5 years ago. I was doing it side by side with my full-time job.
Okay.
Like the whole time. And it wasn't, my full-time job just got to an extremely toxic point where it was like, okay, I'm going to pull the plug on this job, hoping I was already making money with my social media. It's not necessarily a full living. And to some people, that's a different number. But for me, it wasn't a full living. But I went on the notion, like I'm in a bad place with my job. I want to leave. I'm hoping, the idea is that if I can do more and have more time to focus on it, I'll make more, and that'll be. And it happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What did your husband think when you told him like, I'm going to do this?
My husband is a huge reason why I could do it. I mean, people forget that factor. When I left my job, it wasn't my benefits. It wasn't a 401k. It was just a job. I mean, property management is a career for a lot of people, but for me, it was just a job. He's the benefits. He's the pension. So he's kind of why I can dabble in these murky areas.
Yes.
I think he's jealous. Like when I left, or he left for work this morning, he's like, have fun on your podcast. What a life.
Salty.
He's so salty. And he loves his job. Yeah. Loves it. But he's so salty.
I love it. That's hilarious. But that's good that you were able to jump. And also I think it's important for people to know and pay attention to, like, you were doing this in addition to your job for a long time.
Correct.
And I think so many people just don't have the patience, or they just want to give up so early, when in reality, it's just about consistency.
Absolutely.
And it's just a matter of time, as long as you're consistent.
Yep.
And I think people want to make excuses to not put in that full commitment, because 3 to 5 videos a day it's
a lot.
It's insane.
It is a lot. And I love, one of my favorite things is when, quickly people around you, friends, acquaintances of acquaintances, start to see you post. And the interest is there, because all they see is like, she gets to make her own hours. She doesn't have to report to an office, and she's able to make a living. So the interest starts to peak. And I get more and more DMs and more people reaching out. Like, they're curious. They just had a baby. They want to know, like, how are you doing this? But they're not ready for the full conversation. They think it's just like, oh, like an MLM. Here's the workup. This is what you have to do. Well, how many MLM people are actually making money? Come on.
Yeah, don't get me started on that, because I will get canceled.
I love talking crap on
MLMs are obviously it's a pyramid scheme.
Correct.
It's shady as fuck.
Yeah.
And you don't own, it's not your own business. So stop saying that.
Pry on the insecurities of new moms.
Yes.
It drives me nuts.
It's predatory. It's terrible.
It is.
And it's all, most of it is just so inventory based that you're not, it's not even really sales. You're just like, you're buying the inventory. And then you're getting people to buy inventory under you.
Correct.
And it's just,
and I can say it, okay? Advocare, unique. 31 bags. Been there, done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
And what was your experience with that? You're like, this is shit.
I have a lot of bags. I have a lot of bags.
Yeah. We got into it on MLMs in one of the last interviews, and it's like, it's just, and the thing is, and it's not shitting on it, it's that we feel bad for the moms that fall for it.
Correct.
And then also the few, I mean, there are also a few that like make it. And so then I feel like they can be they can also be kind of judge, you know, I don't know, just the vibe. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but it's just,
because it's just that hot of a top. It's transparency. It will always boil. Even the influencing. I literally did a video in my car before I came in here because somebody posted like they were fed up with these micro influencers saying they're getting all of this PR and all of these gifts and they only have 3,000 followers. Like, why am I not getting it? And I said, I will tell you, because they are lying. They aren't getting these things for free. They are accepting what is called a gifted collab. Ooh. And that's basically doing free work. Okay? PR, for all my people out there, PR means that you're a company and you want to send me stuff. I don't have to do anything. We don't have a contract in place. You're hoping, say it's a lamp, that I put that lamp in the scene that I shoot all my try-on hauls in, and that lamp will be there, and then hopefully somebody asks about it. But I am not contractually obligated to post anything about PR. It's a gift.
okay.
That's not what these girls are getting. They're getting people sliding into their DMs saying, will you make a commercial for me for a t-shirt?
Oh.
Yes. It's
Talk about
free. It's marketing material.
there.
Yeah. They're not being transparent. And MLMs are the same. There are women in MLMs that are making a killing because they got in on the ground floor. They are the top of the pyramid.
Yeah. That's literally the concept.
They don't talk about the success rates. They don't talk about, like, it's worse than insurance sales. Like, why do I have to pay $200 to work for you?
Yeah.
Ugh. Can't be me. Cannot be me.
It's pretty shady. I almost fell for a pyramid scheme, and I was working at Chick-fil-A, so like, I mean, anything sounds good.
My stepdaughter works,
but it's fun. It was a good job, and I still go to Chick-fil-A. So if anything, like, it tells you that it's, you know, it didn't gross me out enough. Like, they actually, the food quality is good. They're actually clean.
That's good to know.
But I almost fell for Primerica. This financial guy came in because it was a Chick-fil-A that you could also wait. Like, I was serving tables, so it was cool. Like, I also got like tips and stuff. And he was like, he did the whole thing like, oh, you seem smart. And like, I have a financial position. I was going into finance.
Yeah.
Obviously that didn't work out. And he had me go to this group interview in the middle of nowhere in some like shady, like retail, like abandoned, like retail strip mall area. And they had these like folding tables for like the setup
I'm
of like.
learning a lot about you. You went into my garage.
And
perfectly comfortable. You went into an empty parking lot with a stranger.
The fact that I haven't been like kidnapped sometimes, and so I went in and I took my dad because I did take my dad at that point. I was like 19.
I'd have to see your dad,
and he was like, he's not that scary.
Okay.
He was like, Britt, this is not. I'm like, Dad, it's a job. Like, I could be in finance. I can make all this money. He's like, look at his shoes, and I'm like, what? He's like, look at this guy's shoes. Like you can tell. He's like, you can tell a lot by a man by the shoes he wears. And I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Dad. Okay, I'm trying to like be successful. And the more that I heard, and then they like try to like reach out to you a billion times after, and you're like, if you're this desperate, obviously it's something shady. So thankfully I didn't join. But there was like 10 people that did.
Yes, because we've all some point in our life been in that feeling of just like exhausted with the rigmarole of a 9 to 5, especially moms like wanting to be home with our kids because the mom guilt and that's not judgmental because I still to this day am a working mom, but the guilt starts so soon and they prey on those low points in people's lives. It's a new level of scum.
It really is.
It's so sad.
And going into the levels of scum, what do you think about buying followers?
I'm a transparent person. Instagram. I bought followers a while ago.
You did?
I did because I had, and I'm going to tell you why it's the worst decision you can make.
Okay, I love this. All right.
I'm not ashamed of it because everything I've learned to where I've got is self-taught. And when you teach yourself things, you make errors and big ones. It was probably about 2 years ago when my TikTok took off and I would think I was up to like 100,000 followers, 150,000 followers. And I was like, this is amazing. And then you go to my Instagram. I hate Instagram. I'm with you. But yeah, my Instagram was so sad. It was like the 600 old high school friends and locals.
Yeah.
That's all I had for following. And I was like, this looks so bad. Like if companies reach out and they want it cross-posted on both platforms,
Yeah.
I'm going to need followers. And some very nice man just slid into my DMs and he's like, $100, you can get 10,000 followers. And I was like, well, fuck yeah. That sounds amazing. Right? I'm like, perfect. Okay.
That's too good to be true.
It happened. Literally in an hour, it happened. I had 10,000 followers.
Shut the fuck up. But what?
It was a slow burn.
Okay.
The engagement wasn't there, and I didn't learn how important engagement was versus followers, because as a newbie, you're thinking what everybody else thinks. Followers. You need followers.
Yeah.
No, you need engagement. So if those followers aren't commenting, aren't watching, aren't sharing, and those numbers don't lie, and the bot followers weren't, there was no engagement. I had 10,000 dead bodies, essentially. And the worst part, the cringiest part, probably like 6 months in, I would have people comment on my post saying, I didn't follow you. I don't want to see this shit. You bought followers. And I was like,
No!
oh my God. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Well, you learned and now you know,
Yeah.
but I think you're at least being transparent at this point. And you also had built a platform with that many followers on, like you did the work
Yeah.
initially.
It was 10 times as harder. God, I'm stumbling on words today. It was 10 times as hard rebuilding back up to what I bought. It took forever.
Did you delete bots? Did you delete the bots? You just kind of let them. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's just funny because I just hate when people are like, they talk about how many followers they have when they bought them, and you can easily scroll through. And you're like, yeah, 9,000 Russians. Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
And you just scroll through, and then if they put where it shows others as like they don't put the number of likes, and then they hide the followers.
You know.
You think these people are dumb?
You can always tell by the engagement. If you go on somebody's page and it says they have like 20,000 followers, but then you go to their first 5 videos and it doesn't have like 10% of that amount of followers in likes.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I would rather, I have like 2,000, but my engagement's good.
Right.
And I will go through and clear out, first of all, men. Like, I don't need you here. But if it looks shady, I'm like, I don't need, like, I'd rather have, because then it does help my engagement, because why would I want people following me that don't need what I provide or have nothing? It's completely irrelevant. Like, that doesn't help me find more of my people.
It doesn't. But with that, negative interactions still boost your engagement, you know?
Yeah.
I
need some trolls.
I do not filter the trolls on my TikTok. I engage the trolls.
And what do they say? What do they do?
Social media is essentially like high school. They're very uncreative. I'm a large woman. I was larger.
No, you're not.
I just lost 75 pounds. Is that crazy?
Damn, girl.
I know.
What'd you do? Wait, no, ADD.
We're switching topics.
Stop. We'll get back to that.
I do plus size fashion. And when I tell you there's no winning in that, because now I'm a size XL, which kind of puts me at the bottom of plus size. So now I get mean plus size girls when I tag plus size fashion.
You can't win.
Yeah, you can't win. But a lot of body comments. I get a lot of boob shamers. Women boob shamers.
Women?
That are talking like, I posted a dress video the other day. She ended up deleting it because I responded to it. And it was a dress. And I said, you can put a nice little belt on it and it changes the whole look. And she comments, she goes, what changes the whole look? A proper bra. And I love responding with
what
videos.
What do you say?
Like I had another similar one just talking about my saggy mom boobs. And I reposted and I said, listen, she goes, that sweater would look a lot better if you wore a bra with it. And I show up in a bra, just standing in my bra in a video. And I'm like, lady, I had a bra on, but I'm going to see you through because you need to feel validated. So here's me in my bra. And I'm going to put the sweater back on to show you that. And I'm not ashamed because maybe this will get me like a lift and a reduction collab.
Oh my God.
Any local doctors want to
And
do a
it also,
collab.
I'm all about highlighting assholes.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when people get a bad comment and they blur the name. I'm like, they wanted their name showing when they commented. Share that shit.
Give them their moment. Absolutely.
So it's just also gross that it's women.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's gross either way.
It's
but
always women who have dogs as their main picture.
So I'm sure you're great to look at, Carol.
Right. Always. Why is that? I don't know.
So you don't let that, obviously you don't let that get to you. You just brush it off.
I have a bigger responsibility. Like, I know that, you know, my stepdaughter's watching it. I know that like some of their friends in the female variety are watching it. And that's the biggest thing about social media is like, yeah, you know, if you're choosing to put yourself up for millions, then you got to take what it gives. But at the same time, not everybody's built for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I can show like a strong front of just like, you know, telling the internet to fuck off and still continuing to succeed, that it kind of, you know, if there was some sort of good example on social media, I can maybe be that.
I feel like, I mean, I've been in the roofing industry for 10 years with older white men. So I think if something built me to take people's shit,
oh my God,
it was that. So like anything a man says does not even faze me. Like a man could never make me cry or feel any differently. Women sometimes can be very hurtful.
Yeah.
And that might, if I got a mean comment, I'd probably like, maybe like cry a little to myself, but then like fight back.
Right.
But it's just, it's so shocking how it's like, we all go through, you know, so much after having kids. And like, we all know what it feels like to be at the bottom of like, you know, postpartum and like everything your body's going through and your mind's going through. And then to like turn around and like make other people feel worse. I think it's just so,
but
so shitty.
It's not, first of all, the video is my bread and butter. That's why I make the video. But the video is for Bobby Sue Ann in Arkansas, who's got saggy boobs too and needs a dress.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
That's who it's for.
Shout out to Bobby Sue Ann. We love her.
You're great. Yes. But no, I mean, you can't honestly, and I get what you're saying about it being worse from women, but honestly, it's comical to me. And the adverse, like, I almost appreciate the mean comments. I like when the intrusive thoughts win. Like, people just kind of like
they
shoot it out versus like the ones that are on there like, hey, bestie, what's up, bestie? And I'm like,
yeah, I hate that.
I don't know you.
That's
a little degrading when you say that.
Oh my God. Or like sweetie, hun. That's very MLM-y.
Yeah.
MLMs, women like the fake influencers and like the fake, especially business coaches. Like the word coaching has been ruined. Thanks, guys. The word, I feel like empowering women, that's been fucking ruined. They've ruined so many good things, you know? Like, hey girl. Ugh.
Yep.
So
that's a big market, the business coaching, and even on TikTok. So most of my bread and butter is on TikTok Shop, which is essentially all of the Amazon sellers have moved simultaneously and are working parallel on Amazon and on TikTok Shop. And it's just clickable links inside of a video. That's all it is. But there's now people who have made quite a bit of money doing it and are moving over to subscriptions. Subscriptions crack me up.
on TikTok?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do
now
that.
it's like, hey, I know how to make this much money, or I did once. And now you need to pay me $15.99 so I can tell you.
Yeah. That's another marketing, like the 7 figures.
Yeah.
I made this, you know, in a year,
Correct.
like all that bullshit.
If you made 7 figures in a year and you still need my $15.99, I call bullshit. Bullshit.
That's so true. And but then, you know, it's like I actually consult and then I feel like I overthink because I don't want to ever sound like that.
Yeah.
So they just made it a little bit harder for everybody, for sure.
I mean, I think if you don't lead with numbers.
No,
because
I
people
don't.
get so
no.
quick to like, oh, I can make that much, and just lead with like,
And then they go into it for the wrong reasons.
right,
Yeah.
right. I probably give way too much information out for free because there's so many doe-eyed moms that are like, you know, I have one. She's in Wisconsin, and I have 3 accounts. None of them OnlyFans.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just stay tuned.
But one of them is an all Dollar Tree account. Like I just started to see my Dollar Tree
Why?
content.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you do separate accounts?
The Dollar Tree content on my main account was performing extremely well.
Okay.
TikTok changed their direct monetization to over 1 minute videos.
I don't know what that means.
It means the video does not get paid unless it's over a minute. So you don't get the rate RPM, rate per view, RPV, until it's over 1 minute. They're going to long form video. They're trying to be YouTube, I swear.
Okay.
But the Dollar Tree was over a minute videos and they were performing really well. So I was like, okay, I'm going to slide them over here. So this is in December when I'm trying to make this my full living. I know I can get direct brand collabs with companies, which means they pay my rate per video. I know that I can get my commissions from my TikTok shop on this account. And then the hope was if I push those videos to their own account, I can post more, because that's something else. Is you have to hit the sweet spot of posting enough, but not too much to where the algorithm's like, I'm done with you for the day. I'm not pushing
there's so
your
much
videos.
to this.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
But I did. I started an all Dollar Tree account, and in under 3 months, it's 10K shy of 100K. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's completely monetized through the TikTok shop. And even cooler is I was not expecting to monetize it with brands, because I'm like, it's the Dollar Tree. Like, nobody's going to pay me thousands of dollars to make a 30-second video of a dollar product. But they have. I got a collab. I did it probably last week. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So tell me, what are the requirements to start monetizing your account? So you said now it has to be a minute plus.
It has to be.
And this is to have the TikTok shop.
No.
Jesus Christ.
So
I give up.
TikTok shop, you have to have, I believe, 1,000 followers. And you can make a commission on commissionable videos. That's it. 1,000 followers. And then you can sign up for TikTok shop.
Okay.
That's my third account. It's just TikTok shop, which only has 300 followers because I know a guy. But with 300 followers, I'm still able to make money off of those videos.
Okay.
Now, through the beta program, which just recently changed over, you have to have 10,000 followers, be over 18, and have over 100,000 likes, and be approved for the program. And then once you're approved, your minutes have to be over, or your videos have to be over a minute.
And this is to be able to
be paid just for the video without selling any particular product. So it could be.
And who's paying you?
TikTok.
Oh.
Yes.
This is some serious stuff.
It's a lot. And it's funny because TikTok is kind of like all I know. Like, I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, which I don't. If you know Facebook and Instagram, we could talk later, because I've got my Instagram hooked up to like a second Facebook page, which I didn't realize that all the videos I posted on Instagram are going to that Facebook page. And I just found it, and it's got like 15,000 followers.
Okay, now you're just bragging, making me feel bad.
No, but I'm like, I'm not engaging, which is bad. Like, people are commenting and asking questions, and I didn't even know it was there.
They've changed so much with that too, with Meta and like how you manage the pages. I honestly, I still have to dive into
it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
They continuously change it. Even Instagram's changing it. Like, they added a feature not long ago where you can collab on videos, where like I can start the video and then you take it over, and then exactly. That's about as.
Wow.
It's a lot.
I feel like such a boomer in this conversation.
Wait, are you? What? I
don't know. Am I a boomer? Did you just ask me that?
No. I'm like, how old are you? I don't even know. Like, remember, we've never met.
So. Okay, how old do you think I am?
I was gonna say like 35.
Oh my god, we're gonna cut this out.
Are you? How old are you?
I'm 33.
You're 33. How old do you think I am? 60, you can go hard
65?
now. You can go hard now.
41.
Wow. All right, so we're even. I'm 39.
Oh, okay. So we are
fair.
even. Ha.
We're fair, and also needing eye cream. Reach out.
I need to get my Botox. I have a Botox appointment in 2 days. So, okay. So what were we saying? There's so much information. I don't even know. I feel like my brain is like,
and that's
seizing.
That's honestly like how complicated it is when I get those DMs. Like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. Yeah. Who doesn't? And that's not a flex, but it's reality. I am overly grateful that I am able to do this for as long as it lasts. And I do think it's a wave. I don't know that this is forever.
And that's a good way to go in. You don't want to go into like, this is it.
I have not changed my lifestyle whatsoever. It's driving my husband insane. Like, I just kind of squirrel everything away. Like, it's not happening. And I drive my little Kia, and I wear like the same 4 outfits.
Have you like treated yourself? Like anything big?
Nothing super huge. I treat myself in weird ways. I got
Like
a
how?
Brazilian for the first time.
Okay. With torture.
With torture.
I treat
I
myself
don't know.
with
I was like,
pain.
what are these like meticulous upkeep things that like I just pretend aren't a part of my life that I know my friends get all the time? And I was like, I'm going to try it.
How was it?
It was good. It wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to.
You mean a wax, not like a man on the side.
What? Oh yeah, no. Yes, a wax. I didn't think about it for a sec. It's like maybe.
I got a Brazilian.
I went to Coconut. It was a very sweet old lady who had been looking at vaginas for 20 plus years.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. I mean,
She was phenomenal. Like to the point where I also got an eyebrow tint. But she did the wax first. And I go, should I put my pants on? And she goes, it's up to you. I was like, you know what? I'm weirdly comfortable with you, Fern.
So
Go
just let
ahead.
it.
Just do it. Let it breathe.
oh, love it.
She was so sweet.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like I think that's the only way I'm treating myself. But it's also, from what I understand, tax write-offs because I'm the product.
That's true.
So like hair and nails and all that.
And that's great because I mean, I'm sure you're using all these things. Like you have kids,
Yeah.
like everything that you're buying in your hauls. Like it's
That's the biggest flex. It's like I don't buy anything anymore because like clothes and shampoo and toys, like I just get sent a ton of stuff and I bless a ton of stuff because there's no human needs this much stuff. Like I've given like the Giving Moms group. Are you in that group?
no, I should be probably.
No, it's just like, you know, I know how it is. Like I had a whole bunch of PR makeup and I had to swatch it to do the video.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know there's a mom out there that this would make their absolute day. And I don't need another 17th lip gloss.
I wish more people would do that.
Yeah.
That are like in those positions because I'm sure they have a whole, basement of stuff
Yeah.
that is just going to waste.
I'm a minimalist, which is hard to do as an
Yeah.
influencer, like
Oh,
because
yeah.
things just come in like tenfold. My sister's flying into town tomorrow from Philadelphia,
Okay.
and I already know she's planning on taking like a box of clothes. I'm just gonna open up the doors, like here you go.
I love it. Yeah, like your own little store. So what's your schedule look like? And how do you manage your time as a mom and then having to put that much into the content?
My son is in VPK.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most horrid thing ever. 3 hours worth of school. What are you gonna get done? I know nothing. It's coming up for you.
Can you not extend it?
You
Can you
can.
not yeah.
But that was kind of the whole reason that gave me a little bit of mom guilt. Not that there's anything wrong with childcare, but a big pressure in quitting my job was like, I see this man, my boss, more than I see my kid.
Yeah.
And on some days it was like a good thing because my kids are exhausting. And on other days it was just the most defeating thought ever. So I don't do wraparound care. In the 3 hours he's there, I usually do my round of shops and I just...
Let's go through how you plan this because that's a lot.
It is
In 3 hours, it's not very long.
I mean, you can get a lot done. You can store video. I mean, you can store videos on Instagram, so you're probably familiar.
Yeah.
But I just usually take one day of the week to shop, and I will go to like Walmart and Dollar Tree and what have you, and just store videos of new products and shopping hauls and things, and just store them so I can slow release them over the week. And then the second day of the week, I do voiceovers, and I try to shoot my videos so there's minimal to no editing, and I edit completely in the app. I don't use CapCut or any secondary.
What are some tips to shoot it where you don't need a lot of editing? Like what are some, like you're going into a store, how do you kind of, and were you nervous the first time you did it and like people around? Like, did you,
Yeah, a little bit. I actually started doing lives in stores. Those are a little more unnerving because I don't know if people think I'm on like speakerphone with a friend or like what they think I'm doing.
yeah.
But I would do like POV live shopping of Walmart because apparently our Walmarts are phenomenal in this area because people get super jonesed to see them.
Okay.
But nervous? No, I'm just not really like, I'm pretty out there person. So
You don't seem like a nervous person at all.
I'm not a nervous person. I just showed up
What
to
is
your
that
door
like?
hey,
No,
let's
but
talk.
like, what is that like? I feel like I'm always nervous.
Yeah, no, I mean, it works out well. But yeah, so one day shooting, one day editing and voiceovers. And I guess my best tip to minimize the editing on your videos is to delete and add as you go. Because that's the way TikTok works. You take a snippet, you take another snippet, and you can go back and delete and rearrange them. But I try to do mine in the order I want the video. And
Okay.
with voiceover, because I can't ever get an area without sound in my home or even out in shops.
Yeah.
The audio doesn't allow for it. So I just wipe the audio, add the background music, and do a voiceover.
So you got it down now. It's
Yeah, it's kind of on autopilot. It's pretty great. I mean, the biggest thing that could hurt me would be moving. Our stores are amazing in this area. They're clean, they're organized. Shout out to Southwest Florida Walmart's, Dollar Trees. Like they make my job easy.
Do you think you're going to move?
No, but like I know how blessed I am and how much like I've been able to grow my platform just from like Super Target. Do you know how half the world on TikTok went bananas over what a Super Target was? I said, it's the only Target we know.
What?
Yeah. They went ape.
Oh my God.
Ape shit. They were like, what is a Super Target? I said, what isn't a Super Target?
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we don't think of those things.
No, we're just, it's just what we know. Yeah.
But it's Bobby Sue Ann in Arkansas who has a Walmart and it's probably miles away from her. And a lot of that, and I'm not proud of it, but a lot of the shopping content took off right after COVID because we were allowed to do things a lot of the world wasn't.
Good point. Yeah.
And I wasn't abusing it, but like I was able to go to stores and people weren't going to. And so them being able to see the in-store content was kind of big.
Yeah.
I don't like to get into that political conversation.
No. We're not trying to get canceled, like I said.
No.
So what would you tell someone who has not even ventured into TikTok yet, but they really want to do it?
Just post it. Don't overthink it. Post it and know what you want to do. Only to the part of like picking a niche, being consistent.
So you believe in niching down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And the algorithm believes in you niching down.
Okay.
They're pretty mean, like when you try to go off niche.
So, and then you also touched on you want to post, but not too much.
Right.
What is the sweet spot? Like, what's an ideal, or if you're starting out and you want to take it seriously, what is the minimum?
One video a day.
I could.
A video a day.
That's still a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. You can easily, I mean, ChatGPT exists. Ask them for a platform of what to post, but like just a video a day. It can be, something you do every Wednesday or Thursday, like an update, my best business practices, or like, make an ongoing thing, but that's once a day.
Okay. So tip for me. So I have the short clips from the podcast videos and I post them on Instagram.
Yeah.
I have not brought it over to TikTok. One, because I know once I start, I want to stay committed to it.
Right.
What would you recommend for me if I already have like 20 short clips for promoting the podcast?
You're in a great spot. I mean,
should I do like one a day for that?
You already have the clips. Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, post your intro video, pin it. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing.
Okay. And
then post up your podcasts are huge on TikTok.
I know that's I need to do.
I think half of that certain generation doesn't even know you're supposed to be listening to them, not watching them.
See, that's why I'm like, if I'm going to do another podcast, it's going to be on video. So is there a time of day that you find is better?
You won't know until you have your audience. So you get access to like your audience statistics, and depending on what that market is, mine is majority women, older ladies.
So tell me about your demographics. So like, when do they watch? What have you learned about them?
Mine is normally early morning or at night. So,
how many followers do you have now?
220,000.
Sweet.
Yeah. And I got verified, which is kind of a big flex on TikTok because
famous.
You cannot buy it like you can on Meta. You cannot
I bought
purchase.
mine. Mine is fake. You can't tell.
Well, they're safeguarding with it. Like I understand why some people choose to purchase it because it saves their account. And if that's your living, you don't want to lose that. But yeah, it was, I mean, and again, don't focus on the followers. I know there's people like, why is this girl with 220,000 followers verified? And it was because of press. I had lots and lots of articles written about my shopping videos, and that's how I got verified.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
so you post like morning and at night. And then what's your sweet spot right now for like how much content you're putting out?
I do 7 a day. But it's 5 on my main account.
What?
And 1 on each of my baby accounts.
But that's still 7. That's a lot.
Yeah, 7 videos a day. And then I have to update. Do direct affiliations with Walmart, Target, LTK, and something.
And how'd you do that?
Walmart slid into my DMs, and rightfully so, because I've been posting them for like forever.
How did that
free.
feel?
So good. I was up
That's
in
got to be
Philadelphia.
better than any guy sliding in your DMs. Oh my God. If Walmart slid into my DMs, be like, what do you want? I'll give you whatever.
I was up in Philadelphia, and they slid into my DMs. And the best part was is they didn't want me to post anything. They're like, we want you for a 90 photo. It was 3 different departments. It was beauty, fashion, and home. And we want 30 photos of each. You get to pick out $300 worth of products in each department. And then we want 30 photos of those products, completely just photo UGC, meaning I don't have to post anything. They just want them for their platform.
And then you send the photos to them.
Correct.
Okay.
The dollar amount that they offered for that, which I should be shocked because Walmart is a pretty huge conglomerate. But
Yeah.
the dollar amount just kind of blew me away.
It's pretty high.
It was pretty high. But it's not an ongoing thing. Like, people have to forget, like, yes, money in collabs come in waves. Not everything is ongoing.
Yeah. But how did it feel to see that hit when they...
It was crazy.
were you like, is this even, like, how is this real? Like, am I really doing this? Like,
I kept showing my mom because, again, I was up north and I was like, is this real? Like, and then I started, the self-doubt starts. You're like, can they take this away from me? What if they're not good enough? And then the due date comes up and you just have to do it. You have to put it together.
I feel like one of your strengths is, and I could be wrong, I feel like you're good at acting and not overthinking.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you're just you just keep moving. Like, you keep the momentum going.
Yeah. I try not to overthink it. I try to remember that there's a reason they asked me to do it, And honestly, if you had asked earlier, how do you succeed in this? You will do so well if you are just business minded, because you have to remember a lot of these companies are dealing with floozy 20-year-olds who treat their content like homework. Sometimes they turn it in, sometimes they don't, sometimes they walk with the products. I've had so much good feedback from companies saying, like, you email me the link to your completed video before I reach out to you. Because, I do my video. If I have a contract, I'm like, here's my video, here's my link, there's my ad code if you need it, here's my phone number.
So you treat it like a business.
Right. And they love that, because I couldn't imagine being on their end of it. Like, you're sending expensive products to somebody who
can't even drink yet. Legally.
Right.
That's kind of scary.
And they're the ones that are, with the millions of followers that are just showcasing living the best life. And in reality, they're handling their business like shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And I want this to be sustainable. So, I don't know what comes from here. I think about doing social media management sometimes, but I'm just kind of letting it
I love it.
take its course.
Do you know what your Enneagram is?
My what? Oh my God. Say it again.
Your Enneagram
What
number. What is an Enneagram? Okay. Well, we have things to chat about after.
Okay.
I want you to take the test because I'm very curious. Whenever
Okay.
I have someone over, I'm obsessed with the Enneagram. It's a number 1 through 9.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it tells you everything about your personality.
Oh.
It's centered on the foundation of it is what drives you, what your motivation is. So, for
Okay.
example, I'm an Enneagram 8. So I'm very loyal, protective. I'm not money motivated. I'm motivated by purpose.
I will not be an 8. I will not be an 8.
So I'm wondering if I feel like you're a 1.
Do you follow like horoscopes and like signs? What's your
I do.
sign?
Oh, Scorpio.
Oh,
What's
I've
your
had a
sign?
lot of I feel like I've never known Scorpios, and I kid you not, the last 3 conversations were all Scorpios.
What are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
We're the best match romantically. Did you know that?
I did not. I did not.
I think it's Scorpio and
Good to
Capricorn. I have a lot of good friends who are Cancer, Gemini.
Ooh,
I know.
Ooh.
My husband's a Gemini.
that's like a tequila shot with cream. Just so bad. That's a horrible combination as far as horoscopes go.
Yeah.
I'm
like
sorry,
Scorpio and
Cancers and Gemini, but those are 2 pretty rough signs.
Like for them or for like Scorpio and Gemini?
No, like Gemini and Cancer.
Oh, Gemini and Cancer together. Oh,
Oof.
no, that doesn't sound good at all.
no,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad. I mean, not everybody.
What's your husband?
He's a Taurus.
I don't know anything about Tauruses.
We are supposed to be pretty compatible. We are supposed to be pretty compatible.
We're supposed to be, but he's a twat.
They are. Depends on the day. But no, Capricorns are tough because we're kind of like cold, you know? We don't lead with emotion. I think I'm very much, not everybody identifies with their sign.
Yeah.
Then they go to like moons and
I don't
eclipses
know
and
all
things.
of that.
I don't
but
know
yeah.
all that either, but like I am definitely a Capricorn to a T. I'm very like goal driven. I'm anxious when there isn't something to do. Like I don't know how to relax.
What motivates you? Money. Are you an overachiever? Are you competitive?
I don't think I'm an overachiever, but I have a problem saying no. I don't like to be, I don't like to have limits in the sense of like, I feel like saying no sometimes means that I can't do something when in reality it's just.
Would you like work yourself to death? Like, are you that person?
Absolutely. Like I don't think I'll ever retire.
Okay. So I feel like you're a 3, potentially a 1. So I'm going to send you the link to the test and I want you to tell me. Okay.
Awesome. Homework. Great.
I love it. But no, we'll end on that. Thanks so much for being here. This was so fun. And I can't wait to watch you just continue to do what you're doing. I think you're doing amazing. I think it's so inspiring to see, especially that you're local. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
And it shows everybody that it really just takes believing in yourself and just sticking with it and knowing that it's going to be fucking hard.
Yeah.
That it's not glamorous.
It is not.
And you just post a couple videos and go viral. It takes
pimps and hoes.
Pimps and hoes. Well done that. Pimps and hoes, everyone.
Pimps and hoes.
Have a great day.